It's the kind of thing where if something comes up and you want it to be edited out, you can let me know. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So then, Katie, how would you describe your childhood? So growing up.
My childhood. Well, I moved around a lot. I went to 5 different elementary schools.
Oh wow.
So I guess I learned to make friends and uh, I don't know, not be a little flexible because of that, probably. My parents were divorced when I was about 3 years old, so
Okay.
I would go back and forth. But growing up, my mom kept me pretty busy. I did a lot of things as a kid, like from after school sports to any kind of after school clubs, choir, piano lessons, Girl Scouts. I did that for 12 years, which was great. I was a candy striper. I went to occupational school like in my year of high school, so I learned a skill. I had junior achievement, bowling league. I did everything.
Did you like doing all that stuff, or did you have something you particularly liked, like a hobby?
I like doing all those things. I'm pretty eclectic. Maybe that's why. I
Okay.
don't think I have hobbies. I crochet and
Really?
I like to make things. I like to cook. Um,
What's your favorite thing to cook?
popcorn.
That's mine too, because I'm not a good cook. So there you go. That's an easy thing to make.
Yeah, no, I like to make lots of stuff. Most of the things I like to cook, I get done in 30 minutes. I'm not like one of those laborious gourmet cooks, right?
Okay.
So dinner tonight should take about 20 minutes, but it'll be delicious. So that's the number one thing, has to be good. Yeah, I did a lot of sports. Uh, I like to do all that stuff. Sing, yeah, I don't know. I like learning, so all new things are interesting to me.
Did you move around a lot because of your parents' job, or
Um,
because if they
I
divorced?
guess so. I don't know. It's really my stepfather.
Okay.
I don't know. We moved to Illinois, and the weather was lousy. So after a few years, we came back to California, and and then just finding better places to live. Where I live in California, there's different schools. It's not like they were far away from each other. They were just
Yeah.
different
Okay.
neighborhoods. Yeah.
What was a particularly hard age for you?
Mm. Probably I don't know. Hard age? Maybe high school. I was
Yeah.
very anxious to get out of my house. I was the oldest, so I had a lot of responsibilities.
Okay. When
And
did
I
you
didn't want them.
when did you end up leaving? Starting out on your own.
Well, I went to college after high school. I was 17. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I moved up Northern California. I went to UC Santa Cruz for a while.
Did you go for all 4 years or just for a couple?
No, I went for oh, 1 year and a quarter,
Okay.
and my father didn't really care for it, so he had me come home. And then I worked, and then I went to UCLA for a quarter, and then I left home for good and moved back to Northern California. And then I went to 5 different colleges too. And then got a job at USF, the University of San Francisco, so they let us take some classes discounted. And then I went to San Francisco Community College. And
Oh,
then I finally went to San Francisco State for a couple years and I got my degree in broadcasting.
that's a journey then. So how old were you when you graduated?
Like 22, I think.
Okay.
It
What,
only took me 5 years to do all that.
yeah, that's pretty cool though. Going to all those, I did you
Well,
move?
I had some AP classes that helped.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Did
probably took
you,
stuff in the summer too, I don't remember.
so you said high school was the hardest, just responsibility wise, there was a lot. Did you have a lot of siblings?
Yeah, well, I lived with 2 brothers and a sister, and my
Okay.
father's house had another sister.
And you took care of all of them? Or
Well, you're the oldest. You have to do stuff. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like we were on a farm and everybody left and I was doing everything all myself, but, you know, I'd have to make dinner sometimes if my mom was out or,
yeah.
babysit. They'd leave us in charge, so, that kind of thing. Like, I didn't wanna get my driver's license because I didn't wanna run errands. That was very manipulative, so I didn't get my driver's license till I was about 17. Yeah, like my senior year in high school, I'm like, I don't want them to send me places. So I didn't get my driver's license.
They didn't make you walk, huh? Anywhere?
I take the bus.
Okay. What is your fondest memory as a child?
Going to Yosemite for summer vacation for a week or two.
You did
Was
that every year?
I think we did it a couple, 2 or 3 years in a row, maybe. But yeah, it was beautiful. It may have only been twice, but it was really nice. Um, yeah, I like that a lot.
What did you like about it? Was it restful or
Yeah, it was beautiful. If you've never been to Yosemite, it was just in the woods and we had a cabin and just play, not have anything to do, go in the river. It was nice. So that's a good memory. Fondest memory. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. As I get older, I seem to forget a lot more things. Uh,
maybe what's your fondest memory this year?
this year.
That's
Oh, there you
easier
go.
because they can remember.
Yeah. My fondest memory this year. Well, we went to Israel in
Isn't
January, and that was pretty exciting. That was very cool.
what was your favorite place? The spot you went to?
Mm, the Sea of Galilee.
Did you have fish? Their fish is amazing if you have it right.
Yeah, I know they said no, I didn't. I didn't have that St. Peter's fish. No, I did not. But that was pretty cool. We went there. Where else did we go? We've been a few places. This year, Michigan. Did we go to Michigan? I don't know if I went to Michigan. I've been in Atlanta this year. I've been
Okay.
in Texas this year. I really just have fun playing with my grandkids.
Are they all over the place?
No, there's 2, and they're
Okay.
in the same house, so that's pretty
In
fun.
Texas or
No,
Georgia?
no, they live in California.
Are they okay? Are
Yeah.
they little?
Yes, they're tiny. They're 3.5 and 8 months.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
8 months is like really little.
Yes, but she's super smart and getting around and crawling all over the place and, everybody's watching her brother and she goes off. We have to find her.
What is there a conversation that you had with any of your parents that you remember? Like something that stayed with you throughout your life?
Oh, probably, yeah. I mean, from my mother, not a conversation, but she had a joke about everything. So I always remember her little clever little quips about stuff. My father, he would say, if you can't go first class, don't go at all, which I wish I could do, stick to. I tend to kind of make ends, just do things that aren't necessarily first class, but I still have fun. But that was his motto. If you can't go first class, don't go at all. And trying to think. I mean, my father was really, really strict about telling the truth and lying, and so, I think that impressed upon me, how horrible it is to not tell the truth.
Hmm. Did you
Yeah.
ever, like, get caught in a lie with him, and that's how it came up? Or it was just something
No,
that
I would just say I hate liars. I mean, I would get in trouble. I got in trouble for a lot of stuff, but I would always tell my sisters, "Look, don't do anything that you can't deal with if you get caught. Just, be prepared. You could get caught. So, you know, do it at your own risk." Um, yeah, no, I wasn't a big liar. It's just I would see him, react. So, yeah. And I don't know if my mom had a funny conversation with me once. I remember we were out eating at a restaurant eating a salad. And she said, I wish I could remember exactly what she said, but she said, "You eat your olives last." She said, "You save the best for last." So I guess that maybe that was indicative of her saying, that I can be patient and, work towards my goal without being anxious, and I just save the best for last. I don't know. Is that a conversation?
do you find yourself were you more anxious as a kid that you wouldn't be able to meet the goals you had or, like, the dreams you had?
I don't really remember having any dreams when I was a kid except for maybe wanting to travel, see some things, wanting to make a living, support myself.
Okay. And not a
Um,
particular way, just any way?
yeah, I mean, I think I just wanted to, my goal was to be independent.
Okay.
And I think I pretty much succeeded at that. So I've always felt that if I decided that I was going to do something, I would do it. I didn't, I think that comes from being a firstborn. Are you a firstborn? I think there's just this attitude that you can do stuff. I think it comes with the territory. At least that's what I've experienced and seen. It's okay if this is what I decide I'm gonna do, it'll happen.
Is there something you haven't done yet that you wanna do?
Well, I haven't been to Cancun. It used to be big on my bucket list when I was in high school learning Spanish. And I had a chance to go this year and I didn't go.
Oh,
I don't know how much I really feel like I want to anymore, but that was on my list, Cancun. What else would I like to do? I have done so many things that I don't mm, I don't think I can think of anything, else. Maybe go back to some places I've already seen. Um, I wanted to be in a movie
what like,
on camera.
on camera?
Yeah. That's like probably about the last thing.
What kind of movie, though? Like, do you want it to be a serious, like, drama or a comedy? Or
Oh, probably a comedy. Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I don't really have any ambitions of being a star. I just want to have a line in a movie. Not a horror movie. Now that I wouldn't like to do. Um, what else? I don't know. I feel like God's really given me a lot of opportunities to do things. I would like to fix my house up. That's not a big goal. That's not like a lifetime goal, but I live in a pretty old house, so it needs fixing up, and that's gonna be a big project if I stay here. So I know I sound really boring, huh? Um,
No, because I think they're very realistic. I mean, they're things you want to do.
yeah, I mean, I wanted to direct. I haven't never directed an Adventures in Odyssey episode, and I've begged them to let me do that, but that hasn't happened. And I mean, things that things that I want to do that I can control, I think I've done. There's things I wish we could do, like travel. Like if I had all the money in the or world, or had somebody behind it to have us travel to different cities and meet our various Adventures in Odyssey fans. That's really fun. And so I would like to do that, but I don't really see that happening, but that would be really neat. I don't know. What would you like to do?
Oh, me? I mean, I would love to travel to Europe. I haven't done that. Would love to. Um, I don't know, I think I'd like to become less anxious of a person.
Ah,
I think that I think
what are
that
you anxious about?
well, I am anxious a lot about future things.
Like the world exploding or something?
No, nothing like that. More of like my life, like being able to do things that I like to do, or being able to write or do things that are meaningful in a work environment. Um,
Well, I kind of like to work backwards if I have, like, I think, okay, what is it I want to do? So, what are the steps I have to do to get there?
See, that's a very realistic approach.
Yeah. So you can, you think, oh, and I also love to connect people. That's one of the things that I'm able to do. I meet a lot of people with a lot of different talents and skills and ideas. So when I meet somebody who, I think could benefit from meeting another person, I try to put them in contact. But also, I think I have a lot of resources. So, um, I just I remember things, so that helps me reach some of my goals. And you have to put yourself out there to
Yeah,
make things happen. You have to meet people, um, let people know what you want. Like, I know I sound like a little kid, but when I meet people, I say, I want to be in a movie because someday I'm going to be in a movie. But you got to say it, right? If you keep it all to yourself, I mean, I'm not saying you can't pray about it and God, won't make it happen too. You can. But I also think, you know, there's resources in front of us, and it's up to us to take advantage of them and connect and just put it out there if you really want something.
yeah, that's true.
Um, yeah, but I get anxious. I get anxious. I bite my nails. I pick my cuticles. I wiggle around. I have a lot of, I need more exercise for sure. Maybe that's why I crochet, but that's not really exercise, but it keeps me busy. I have lots to do. There's so many projects I'm working on. But as far as, like the future, we can't control that. So all we have is one day at a time. And, I think I think we get anxious when we put too much um, power and responsibility on other people to do things for us that maybe
That's true.
we can do or make happen, to not pretend like you're okay when you're not okay. Or, if somebody doesn't want to go to the movies with you, then just pick yourself up and take yourself, be your best friend.
What if you could write an autobiography?
Which I'm in the process of doing, which
Oh,
is
there you go. So then what are you gonna title it? What would be the title of your autobiography?
well, I think the working title is Voice of Your Childhood.
Really? See, I thought what you just said, be your best friend, would be a good title.
I don't think I've been my best friend. You see,
Okay.
I'm learning these things.
So then
Uh,
why Voices of Childhood then?
Voice of Your Childhood?
Yeah.
Because I've been so many people's voices
Oh, I
of their
see.
childhood,
Okay. So
you know?
that's okay.
Um, yeah, but also, I wanna tell some stories. Life hasn't always been super easy, and I think people like to hear that everything isn't all peaches and cream, but you can still have fun and get through stuff, I think the things that we come through make obviously, it's cliché, but they do make us stronger, so we can weather other storms,
What's the
when they come
hardest
our way.
what's the hardest thing you've been through, you think?
Well, the hardest thing I've been through, was, having a spouse go to prison.
What was that like?
That was devastating. Um, but before that, my, daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and that's a very scary condition. Um, so yeah. Um, she's 31 now, and she's doing good, but every day you just don't know what can happen with that stupid disease.
As in, because I don't actually know much about it.
Like life or death,
Okay. Is
you
it
know?
like it could just happen at any time that her
Yeah,
just pass away kind of thing?
yeah. I mean, it could, it could. It just depends, if you're not taking care of yourself or what's going on, because people don't understand that when you have type 1 diabetes, you have to regulate your blood sugar all day long.
Yeah.
And it's a real challenge. And, it's not easy and it's tiring and, it can take a toll. But if you miss something one day, it could have very dramatic effects.
So how do you work through these hard things? Like your spouse going to prison, your daughter, the fact that
You know what? You just say, God, I can only do so much, and I just turn it over to God.
what does
And
that look like daily though? Because I mean, it's part of
that's what it looks like daily.
yeah,
Okay. Thanks for this new day. Pray that everything goes okay. That if I'm doing something I shouldn't do, that you make me not do that. Be thankful for what you have because, yeah, you don't know. I just think, okay, you love everybody as much as I do, and you have a plan, and who am I? And I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. It's just letting go of control, which might be part of your anxiety,
yeah,
right? We can't control like 99% of the things that happen. So, but you can make choices every day, and that's the stuff you can control. So, you have to look at what do I have control over, what I don't have control over. What I don't have control over, what good is it to, worry?
yeah,
Because you can't do anything. Does that make sense? I mean, I can't wave a magic wand and make her diabetes go away, right? I can't change the past. I have no way of knowing what the future will bring exactly. I know like basic things, like you said,
yeah,
practical stuff, like work hard and save your money and, try to be prepared as best you can,
yeah.
right? And then that's all. And then try to have fun in the process, right? Whistle while you work, have because anything you do can be fun. Right? You work in a law office, but you work with people, I guess. Are there people there?
Oh yeah.
So, you can have fun and make friends and you just, there's a certain satisfaction we get from our work if we do a good job that nobody can take away from you. And, even if you get fired, if you knew you did a good job, you did a good job, right? If you were lousy, then you either don't do that job again or, you apologize and you know what caused the problem and you try to fix it. I mean, I don't know. This is I don't even know exactly what we're talking about, but that is yeah, life is hard. But there's also so many opportunities to, you know, smile and be thankful. And I mean, the weather's really great today. That's a good thing. I have air conditioning. That's a great thing.
Very good.
I have work. I've had work this month, which is a great thing. I'm going to meet a whole bunch of people this week at San Diego Comic-Con, and that'll be fun. And yeah, I mean, every person you meet, everything, people are interesting and life is interesting and stuff is interesting. So there's always, when you start looking at yourself, that's your problem. You got to look outward, and that changes everything. It
That's
changes your
true.
perspective. It's when we're being too introspective that we get depressed and anxious and worried and wonder what people think about us. And they're not really thinking about you, by the way. So might as well just get rid of that thought. Because they're not. We're like, oh, are they gonna like what I'm wearing? Do they? No, they're thinking about, oh, do they like what I'm like, everybody's got these stupid thoughts in their head, and it's not about you. So you're not thinking about them. You're not thinking, oh, when I go to work today, am I gonna like what my coworker's having for lunch? Am I gonna judge them? Is it gonna be, does it matter? No. You have to be able to discern what's important and what isn't, right?
Yeah. Then what makes life beautiful to you? What is beautiful?
Everything. I mean, what makes life beautiful is looking, if when people talk about a gratitude list. Sometimes when I would get very anxious or upset, I take a deep breath, stop, look around, and name 10 things that are nice or that I can be thankful for. It's just like readjusting your thinking. Okay,
Yeah.
right? And know that emotions aren't permanent and most things will pass. They don't stay the same because the one thing you can count on is things are going to change. So if it's good, you better enjoy it now. And if it's bad, know that, you know what? You'll get through it. And sometimes the bad things are precursors to really good things. So you don't know what the outcome will be. Might be something, a nice surprise. So, you can expect the worst or you can expect the best. What's going to help make life more beautiful,
That's true.
right?
What's one thing on your 10 gratitude list that you would say a lot? Was there one thing you would say often that you were thankful for?
Oh, well, just, air. My lungs are working.
That's
My
good.
fingers are working. My toes are working. I have a bed. That tree looks really great. Oh, I'm, thankful that I have food to eat, that everybody's healthy today, that I can go for a walk. There's stars in the sky. There's, I don't know. Everybody has their own little things, that, oh, I mopped the floor today. The floor is clean. Yay. And I was able to do it. Or I got to go out to eat and I had money to pay for that. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Um, there's just lots of things. I bet look around your room. Tell me 10 things that you see that you're thankful for.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in my kitchen.
Okay.
I mean, I have this little mural that's on the wall that has all these different Bible verses. When my husband and I got married, one of the guests painted all of them for us, and we have it on our wall.
Oh, that's so nice. So you're married. That's cool. Hey,
Yeah.
that's nice. Do you like your husband?
Yes, very much.
Okay, add that to the list. Does he come home at night?
Oh yeah.
Add that to the list. You have really great teeth. I would add that to the list.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Nice smile, right? Is there food in your fridge?
Yes.
Do
We
your
actually,
chairs match?
yes.
All right, that's cool.
Do you like, we actually have things in the fridge. We have, cotton candy grapes. Do you like those?
Oh, seen that. My husband eats grapes like every day. We go
Like
through
cotton
like
candy grapes?
probably $10 worth of grapes. No, no, I think those are too sweet. But I know they exist. We don't usually get those. Yeah, so that's something to be thankful for. Do you know what you're gonna fix for dinner?
I made it before I had this interview, actually. It was meatballs with rice and broccoli.
Oh, that's healthy. Isn't that nice?
It's yummy.
There you go. There's another good thing, right? And it's already made. You can be thankful for that. All you have to do is heat it up. See? There's probably got 10
Yeah,
things.
I think you would put it over 10.
Yeah. It's not hard, really. It all depends what you focus on. And
That's
once you get on a roll, you think of more things, right? I have no eye infection today. That's good.
Do you get eye infections a lot?
No, but it's good
Oh.
not to have one, isn't it?
So I know when you were talking about nature, is there an element of nature that speaks to you a lot? Like one you really love?
Yeah, I love trees. I love trees, and I live near the ocean. I love to go to the ocean and smell the air. But trees are just fascinating to me. I can't fathom how they exist. I don't know how
What's amazing about them?
they're big and they don't fall over. And they're just there. They stay there a long time. And how do they get that big? And animals live in them and stuff, but just like I wonder what's going on underground that's keeping this big heavy thing from, falling over. I think that's amazing. I really do. I can't think, wow, people who live without trees, that's awful. And they're just so interesting. I love that. I love the woods. You know, if I get to go to the woods, I like that. It's, air, fresh air.
Yeah.
That's nature. Like
You
you live,
mentioned walks. Do you take walks a lot?
yeah, I do. I haven't lately and ride my bike, but I need to get more exercise. I don't know what's happened this last year. I think I gained 20 pounds. What's this interview about?
Oh, just life life discussions. Um,
Life discussions with
yeah, just
Danielle.
general life
Okay.
questions.
All right. Um, yeah. No, I like to move. I like to move. I like to get things done. I like to check things off my list. That makes me very happy. Um, yeah, what did Vinny say? Oh yeah, doesn't that air conditioner feel good? Yeah, I wanted an air conditioner for like 5 years and finally got one last year and I'm so thankful.
Never had one before?
Well, not in this space.
Oh,
No.
okay.
And we live near the beach, so a lot of people don't have air conditioning. We did get some when we lived in the front house, and that was nice. You don't need it all the time, but when you do,
Okay.
it's really nice to have it. A lot of people don't, because honestly, the weather here is like on average 78 degrees,
Yeah.
75 degrees, like most of the time. But it gets hot in this booth. Um, it gets hot. So, yeah.
Is there
Um,
something you want to change about the world?
about the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw Sound of Freedom. I would like to change a lot of
Yeah.
things. I can't understand how people can be so mean to each other and so ridiculously horrible. I don't understand that, and I don't like it. I wish I could change that. I wish I could change the way people these days seem to want to find something to get upset about instead of looking for things to be happy about. And, any little thing, people just get mad and they get indignant and feel like they are entitled to stuff. And I think that's really detrimental to our mental health. But that's changing people, and I can't change people. So, I mean, basically, the world's pretty okay on its own if it weren't for people. That's what I think.
Truth to that. There is.
What?
I said there's truth to that. That's true.
Yeah, we're the
So we're the
problem.
sinners.
We are the problem. So, yeah.
Is
What else?
there
I want to go swimming. That's what I want. I need to find a pool. But I think I will go swimming in a couple days because where I'm staying in San Diego has a pool. I'm really looking forward to that because I really like to go swimming. I like to be in water.
what does life mean to you then, Katie? Like, what is the
That's a
meaning of
big
life?
question, the meaning
Yeah.
of life. Oh yeah, no one's ever asked that before. Uh, not. Oh, the meaning of life is just to serve God, to, serve others, to it's really hard to say, except that's all I know is that that's what we're supposed to do. And I think God holds the meaning of life. I think we're supposed to appreciate it. What does it mean to be alive? Is to give glory to the one who made us.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? I mean, Bible says God made us for his own good pleasure. So he has his reasons. I don't know what they are.
Is there an individual that you look up to in life now where you are at?
Oh yeah. Um there's a few. Um Chris, who's our Chris from Adventures in Odyssey. I look
Yeah.
up to her. She's just got a great heart for people and always wants to encourage them. There's another guy I know. I had him on, we do our own show called Tell You Later. And his name's Michael Scott. We had him on the show, and he is an amazing human being. He he's a voice actor, but he's also an educator, and he started a school and he started a college,
Oh,
and he's just always helping people and being a part of the community. And then he's traveling too. He goes all over the world, and I don't know how he does it. So I admire that. Um, yeah. I don't know. I try not to put too much not I want to say value. All people have value, but I don't like to put too much of my attention on other people
yeah.
because people will tend to disappoint you at
Yeah.
sometimes. And that doesn't mean they will. They may not, but you just got to be prepared because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great people. I mean, watching that movie, I have admired Tim Ballard for
Yeah.
what he did, for
It
Pete's
is
sake.
pretty cool.
I mean, it's amazing. There are a lot of heroes out there and people who work really hard. And I think anybody we meet, if we really get to know them, there's something to admire about them.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have a favorite book?
Besides the Bible, uh, Mm, not off the top of my head. I mean, I have read a lot of books. I don't know why I can't think of anything right now. There's a lot of good books. I don't know. Let's come back to that. I have to think about it. I think, I mean that there's a lot of books I read that are nonfiction.
Okay.
Yeah, like Love and Respect is a good book about how
Mhm.
married people should be, and I'm always struggling with that.
I think everyone does.
Um, The Little Prince, maybe.
How about if you were to be an animal? If your personality became an animal, what kind of animal do you think you'd be?
No, I don't know. My personality. I don't know, a monkey?
Why a monkey?
I don't know, because they're always talking and jumping around. Um, a chimpanzee or something. I don't know. I really like frogs, but I don't know that my personality is like a frog. I don't know. I don't know how to describe myself.
I don't think your voice is like a frog. At least that's not what it reminds me of.
Well, it's not my voice. You said, what would my personality be?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's too uh abstract for me to think about. I'm more concrete.
Well, then I have one last question for you.
Okay.
Um, just thinking mode. This maybe I'm too abstract too. You tell me if it is. I was gonna ask, like, is there a piece of music that you think describes you well? Or a piece of music that you identify with, you really love listening to because you resonate with it a lot?
Yeah, there's a couple. One is uh Variations on a Theme by Eric Satie
Hmm.
and um Scheherazade. I love Scheherazade. Uh, yeah, that's music. Um, I mean, they're songs, but that's music that I like to listen to. I really enjoy. Um, any other? Is there a piece of music you resonates with you?
I love what's his name? I love Johan Johansson, his music, instrumental music.
Hmm.
Um he did like across, well, do you know Theory of Everything? He did the theme music for that. Um Max Richter has beautiful music. I think
Hmm.
a lot of like instrumental pieces because they can soar and then they can get kind of sad and it can kind of go up and down. And I think a personality usually encompasses a lot of different things. It's not just one sound.
Yeah. I mean, those two pieces I've listened to a lot. They just make me especially the Eric Satie one I heard when I was in it was on like the first album I ever got when I was in middle school, but it was very
Wow.
beautiful and I listened to it many, many times. But there's another little piece of music that I really dig and it's from The Parent Trap and it just and I can't think of I don't know what they call it, but it goes
Yes,
Bum,
I've heard
bum,
that.
bum, 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 bum. Anyway, I like that.
Is it part of the like soundtrack?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna have to look that up again because I remember that, but it's been a long time since I've watched that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I should know the name of it, but I don't. But I like when that comes on. I like that. Um, yeah. I don't know, I love music. It's hard because a lot of people get to listen to music while they're working, but I don't because I'm talking and recording, so I don't get as much music. But my husband's in a band, so every time I go, watch him, that's fun. And of course, there's music on Sunday morning, and that's good. But yeah, I'm trying to play more music because I like music a lot. And we bought, yeah. But it's hard because he's, like, rehearsing, I can't play stuff loud or I'm
Yeah,
recording,
yeah.
and so it's kind of it's terrible. I wish I could hear more music. And then, of course,
How
when I
about
get
when
in the
you're
car
cooking?
I don't in the car because I listen to news.
How about when you're cooking?
Yes, I do play. I have the Van Morrison channel on Pandora, that's what I listen to, or Southern rock. Yeah, I've started to do that, if it's not gonna bother anybody.
Yeah, it's your 20 minutes a day music.
I try to remember. Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm so grateful to have talked with you. You're really fun to talk to. Like you're very personable. I'm gonna